Hello and welcome to Burnt Cookbook Party, an original Pathfinder campaign set in a unique fantasy world where four heroes of varying skills, attractiveness, and stupidity race against time itself to prevent a war. I'm Jenna Stoeber and I play Astra Blep, a fey-addled half-elf oracle who is exactly who she says she is, and I'm joined by...
Andrew Hansen, playing Johnny Brightchild, a hot and sunny Ifrit resort spa paladin, eager to help and flex.
I'm Caitlin Stayduhar, playing Patty Hertz, a ratfolk ranger dandy with a nose for gossip and cheese.
I'm Paul Luetkemeyer. I play Zelf, who's an elven battle chef carving a name for himself in the high-stakes world of magical cooking.
And we are, of course, led today and the rest of all time by our illustrious DM and world builder, Justin Green. Justin, how are you today?
I'm feeling fine today. And by that I mean small.
Whoa.
Small.
Okay. Great. I can't wait to see how that energy plays out in this episode we're about to record.
It's the morning of Idia's 16th, only a few short hours of sleep after your dinner party concluded, and you and the other remaining Shadowin cadets have just arrived at Fort Frawley, which is located about an hour west by train from Fort Advin, your usual base of operations. Frawley was built by the Riskarians during the Great War, and was originally called Fort Shatterfoot after the illustrious dwarven general that Johnny served under. It's in even worse disrepair than Fort Advin. At least with Advin, Archmage Tori had made an effort to upgrade the training grounds or furnish a library, just generally prepare it for people to be living on the premises again, but it's clear no one has stepped foot in here since the war ended. You're here because it's located right outside of Waypoint, a small commuter city that acts as a transit hub, so all 5 of the train lines meet here. There's not a lot of people that call Waypoint home unless they work for the Triad Train Company, but it's still constantly bustling with people who are just passing through.
Feels like a strategic military point.
Yeah.
Oh, it definitely is. Like, if you look at the map, Waypoint is like the sole connection to New Haven.
And that's exactly why you're here. The island of New Haven is centrally located between all 3 of the Triad nations. Oroja is a bit farther away just due to how far it's sunk into the ocean at this point. If you're not traveling by boat, the only other way in is to cross the sea by train from Waypoint.
So I think you told us this before, but we're at Fort Frawley, and we're going to New Haven, but New Haven's a war zone. So Fort Frawley is the staging point, and then we're going to infiltrate. Is that right?
That's correct.
Love it. Love to infiltrate. Super good at stealth. Am I?
We're all great at stealth. Stealth and perception.
Does scampering count? Is that an infiltration technique?
I think scampering counts.
As long as it's quiet scampering.
Yeah, none of that loud raucous scampering.
Justin, what do I remember about Fort Frawley from the war? I guess I would have been on the Riskarian side back in the day.
It was built by the Riskarians, but it is within Berwyn.
Right,
At the end of the first year of the war, the Riskarians had finally gotten the upper hand and had even pushed Berwyn's border back, claiming what would eventually become the Waypoint area.
Yeah.
They built the fort here on the edge of that new territory. Eventually, things didn't go so well for them, but at that stage, things were great.
Yeah. This is all stuff that's going through Johnny's head as he's like, Fort Frawley, like, I kind of remember it.
Is Johnny not thinking at all about the time loop? I really thought we would crack this shit open with everybody's impressions or emotional reactions to the fact that we're in a deadly time loop and have been for years. Is Johnny just like Marshall Focus?
Yes.
Lost in his reminiscence.
Well, obviously there's nothing I can do about the time loop because it keeps looping. So I just gotta focus on like what I know, which is fighting.
Okay. I am super, super curious how Patty and Zelf are, where they're at emotionally with this.
Yeah. So Zelf is naturally a skeptic, which synergizes with his inspector class stuff. So he's gonna at first just leaf through the journal and you look for clues that this is real and not just the drunken, addled ramblings of a drunken maniac. Can I make some kind of a investigation type of check on it? maybe taste the pages.
You're specifically wanting to get a gauge of whether this is like sound logic.
Well, the only tangible proof is this journal. So he's just trying to get some confidence in the whole story. Probably the first thing he hears when Astra confronts the team is, his eyebrow arches and he says, "A time loop." You ruined my party for a time loop.
First of all, I think the party went great, so I don't know what you're saying. Rude. I'm kind of a manic energy right now. I'm probably not a great representation of what I've read in this journal. So yeah, if you want to lick it or do whatever you do inspection-wise to this journal that an old man has had his hands all over, go for it.
I am immune to ingested poisons.
He says he's licking it.
I'm not worried about poison. I'm worried about you getting some sort of disease.
Actually, I thought the party was pretty great. Was that not a good party? Like, I don't know. I kind of felt like I was able to do a lot of things I wasn't normally allowed to do at Stuffy. I wouldn't really call those parties. I liked it, Patty. Thank you for putting it together.
There's a time loop.
Patty's feeling a little tender about all of her hard work getting destroyed for the party, but she sees this as an opportunity.
Okay.
Patty is an optimist, guys.
I love that this is further driving Astra insane.
This is my fault as both a player and as the character for assuming that the rest of you would be concerned about the time loop and not a party, a meal.
Patty's not concerned about the time loop. I mean, maybe this is a way to right wrongs of the past and create a better future for all of us.
Wow.
Patty's kind of stoked about it, honestly.
Whoa, Patty, that's like a Stoic philosophy. There's a church, Bodacious. Like, this is all what they're about. When we go to New Haven, we should totally check it out. I think you'll like it.
That's really nice of you, but I don't want to go to church. I mean,
What?
that's not really my scene.
Zelf, please just lick the journal.
Justin, should I make some kind of check?
I want to give you something, Paul, but I'm not really sure what. I'm not sure this is something that you can verify just based on a roll. I mean, you can verify certain things, like this was written by Vavel for sure. Like, you can verify his handwriting, or you can verify that this is actual astronomy notes in there. But I don't know if you can verify, yes, the time loop exists, other than just trusting the journal.
Okay, that's fine. Pavel said that the first class did some kind of spell to place it outside of time. Can I make an Arcana check to get a sense that there is some kind of mysterious magic?
Absolutely. And this is something that you can just take 20 on. You are definitely able to determine that the journal is enchanted. And more importantly, you find the ritual itself written inside.
Oh, cool.
It will take time to learn it, but it's there for you to attempt to cast in the future.
Hell yeah.
Oh, sweet.
You also find entries detailing 2 other attempts to cast the ritual, aside from on the journal. So there was one attempt where they tried to cast it on Bavel. However, it didn't work, and it ended up turning him into an old man. A couple of the people who were attempting to help cast it turned old. Some of them turned into babies.
Oh, no.
Babyfication.
They think that it can be done, that the ritual can be cast on a person and work similar to the journal. However, they didn't do it well, or they weren't strong enough. And so that was like a backlash from failing to do it correctly, more than anything.
Okay.
So later, Glorahan's squad gets possession of the journal. Mm-hmm. And it's one of the few times that someone other than Bavel is taking notes in here.
Oh.
Glorahan casts the ritual onto her bedroom in Phenolin.
Oh.
2 or 3 months after New Haven. Abraham is the only person who's still alive from the squad. And at that point, he is one boy.
Sad.
He stays in the room as time resets, and he keeps his memories, his equipment, his haircut, any other variations stick around. But also a second Abraham appears, reverted back to a blank slate in his own home where he normally starts the loop.
Oh.
Cool.
At the end of this new loop, Abraham doesn't make it back to Glorahan's room. And this time both boys reset, waking up next to each other with no memory of why there are now 2 of them.
Oh my god. Okay, so that's how it happened.
Okay.
All right, we should definitely not find that room or that building. And I can't imagine from a character standpoint or a podcasting standpoint, the nightmare of having two of
I
each
would
of
be
us.
so cute, though. So many rats.
Bad.
You don't want time doppelganger characters.
I mean, I would love to explore that, but
So when Zelf is satisfied with his perusal, he'll clap the book closed, and he says, "So the first loop mentioned in this book is only the first loop that Bovel's aware of. It could have looped hundreds or thousands of times before.
yes, Zelf.
And the only loop that is different for us is this one, because he randomly chose us to be on this team. So our only chance to change time for the greater good is this one."
Oh, shit. I hadn't thought of that. Oh, Zelf. Oh, you've made it so much worse.
Zelf, having, skimmed randomly through the book, didn't pick up everything, says, "What was going on with you and Glorhan at that party? You kept telling her that, nothing's more important than living."
Yeah, I mean, that's true, isn't it? Gotcha there.
Well, let me ask this differently. Well, if time loops, then it doesn't really matter. We're assuming any changes we make this time are going to stick if we also find a way to end the loop.
Zelf, she dies in every loop. Not everybody dies in every loop. Glorhan seems to die in every single loop. That feels like it's important, but maybe it's not, except the DM did say it to me pretty importantly, so I don't know.
Is it the same way every time, or is it a different way, but it always happens?
So he's usually not there.
Yeah.
So this is the other thing that you should know. So Bovel, while he's in New Haven, he hears about a piece of meteorite, and he is very interested to get his hands on it because Bovel is convinced that the meteorite is a sign from the gods, specifically the god Hibdal, who's like the god of chaos. He's also like a god of space and a god of travel. He believes that this is possibly related to this asteroid belt that's shown up. And he believes that Hibdal is calling him to become a demigod, just like the demigods were called during the Rescuers War. Like the gods are trying to intervene on whatever this time loop is, and he has been chosen, and increasingly he believes so. As this goes on, it just becomes kind of an obsession for him. So most of the time during the invasion of New Haven, he's trying to get a hold of that meteorite. And then following that, if he survives, he's trying to return the meteorite to the rest of the asteroid and become a god. And 9 times out of 10, that's the last you hear of him. And then time starts to loop again.
My friends, I have 2 thoughts. One is that the thing Bovel tried to do every time never worked, and he always tried to get this meteor. I think we should focus on trying to change something that has never been able to be changed in these loops. Maybe we should save Glorhan.
Nah.
Well, I mean, like, if it's her destiny to die, I mean, maybe she's gonna die at a completely different time.
Exactly, Johnny. We've got to focus on making sure that we remember and survive this time loop. I think that has to be our priority, and if you think going to the meteor is going to do that, then let's do that. But that doesn't mean that Glorhan shouldn't try to live every day like it was her last, because it has been her last so many times.
That's what I'm saying. No one ever really knows what's gonna happen.
Only we do, because we have a book that tells us the future.
Well, we don't know what's gonna happen. We gotta write it down, because we're not in the journal.
I think we should all take notes, so that the next person has a voice in the journal other than just Bovel's.
Aster, why are you making that face?
I hate journaling. But yeah, no, I've got pen, I got paper, we can all write our feelings down.
I mostly just draw.
No, that's fine. You can doodle.
I'll draw what I look like right now.
The other thing we could do is try to piece out this ritual, cast it on ourselves, but we'll need time for that.
You're not putting it on me.
The ritual isn't going to work if we do it on ourselves. I don't think that we are more competent than the people who originally did the spell is the problem. Zelf, maybe you disagree? You're a very good chef.
Zelf's plan is to learn the ritual so that he can create a second journal. That way he can stay in the know through the loops.
Okay, that feels like a good thing for Zelf to focus on. Astra can help with that because she is also a magic user, so maybe that's something we can both work on. Hey! Other than that, my instinct is meteor?
Patty just wants to do whatever her friends want to do.
Oh, Patty.
We're all in this together.
Johnny is more focused on the New Haven mission, and so he's like, I don't know, the opportunity to try and save everyone is really cool and really important. So, like, I do want to try and save, like, as many people as possible.
The meteor is in New Haven, right?
So a part of the meteor is in New Haven, but the bulk of it is in a Riskarian town called Nantarum.
Oh.
So maybe we can, like, double up here and do our New Haven mission with a little eye, a beady little eye, looking out for the meteor piece.
Yeah. Wait, does the journal actually give us an impression of where the meteor is at? Or is it, Bavel just literally never found it, right?
Oh, no, Bavel gets it. So there is a young dwarf from Nantrum that is trying to sell it in the black markets. At a certain point, Bavel becomes disinterested in helping people because it's just going to reset anyway. So generally, he goes to New Haven. He kills the kid who's trying to sell the meteorite and takes it.
Holy cow.
And then leaves.
Harsh.
But every time he goes to reconnect it to the meteor that hit Nantrum, that loop ends.
Amazing. Well, I mean, there's a blueprint for us.
Maybe we should do our New Haven mission and then meet up with Bavel on his way to Nantarim. Because it sounds like he gets it no problem.
Yeah.
Should we reach out to Bavel? Because we could maybe coordinate him going to Nantarum and getting the bulk of the meteor and us getting the other piece and joining up.
Yeah, I think we should get the one in New Haven.
I also am good in black markets. So.
That's true. Your black market expertise is finally going to come in handy.
Are these scenarios mutually exclusive? Does getting the meteorite piece mean that we can't save any of our other team members who are doomed to die miserably in the war if we don't help them?
I think the only way we could actually complete the mission and get the meteorite is splitting the party, so I am against it.
Yeah. Against splitting the party. I think we should stick to New Haven and try and find it in there.
Okay, so we're agreed. We're all going to abandon our mission secretly and allow our teammates to die, probably, while we seek this other side quest. Are we all agreed?
I don't really consider those people my teammates.
Good attitude, Patty.
I would call them acquaintances.
All right, that's a yes from Patty. Zelf?
I'm torn.
Ooh, what are you torn? What's happening? How can we stitch you back up?
If I was doomed to die in every time loop, I would want somebody to save me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like everything's going to make a difference. I think one of the problems might be that Flaskforge started trying to selectively save people, and the reason why he is where he is right now is because he stopped caring. I think we have to be, like, true to ourselves.
Okay, Johnny wants to split the party. Zelf, who are you with? Which party are you going with?
If there's a chance to save them and complete both, that's always what I'm going to go for.
Let's plan to find the meteorite and then see how things look once we get to the situation.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Zelf, Astra says with a big wink. Yeah, we'll do that. Meteor first, and then if there's time, we'll do the rest of it.
Does Self have enough time to piece together the ritual to cast it on something before they get to New Haven, or will this take weeks?
No, it's going to take some time to learn it, and it's going to take some time to cast it. It'll probably take a full day to cast it.
You're good, but you're not that good.
He's going to work on learning the ritual then. Are we going back to Shadow End after New Haven?
If all goes well, yes.
That means if we don't all die.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. What a statement.
And after New Haven? What? I don't know.
It's up to you if you go back.
Zelf doesn't want to take Manny to a war zone, so he's trying to decide where to leave him. I think Waypoint is probably the best thing.
Oh,
So,
Manny.
Daycare. Manny daycare.
You're going to have to board him.
so he's going to leave Manny with some vague instructions to live as fully as he can. Leave no regrets. I'll pick you up once we're done with the war.
So once you guys are inside Fort Frawley, you find that the commanders that are present are Taft Warsall and Bantaro Valentine. Everybody else has already went into New Haven, and they are specifically here kind of manning the home front. Taft and Bantaro have this bizarre odd couple energy to their co-leadership that shouldn't work, but it kind of does. Seeing them stand next to each other is almost comical, but at the same time, they balance each other out perfectly. Taft is kind of on point, speaking to everybody, organizing them, giving the squads their missions before they go into the city. Taft and Bentaro kind of step away from the others to approach you guys. Taft says, I'm so excited that you guys are ready and willing to help. I guess we just aren't really sure what to do with you guys necessarily. Bavel, he's already went over there, and everybody, they kind of have their own specific thing, right? And you guys are kind of like all doing your own thing. So Bentaro and I were talking, and we're just like not really sure what you guys would be good at.
Nothing.
It's a fair question.
But I know that you can do whatever you set your mind to.
Are you benching us, bro?
Maybe you can double up with one of the others. My squad is going to hit an erosion base that's been set up in the New Haven Grand Hotel. Obviously, my guys are tough enough to do the job, but they're not the most subtle. I'm worried about collateral damage and the civilian staff. Bentaro sort of nods and offers his own suggestion. Miss Bourne's squad will be investigating why 2 of my cadets went dark last night while undercover as Winter Guard soldiers. Her squad's great at staying in the shadows, but look at them, they've got no heavy hitters if things go sideways. Otherwise, I guess you could follow in the footsteps of your commander and do nothing.
It's so funny that you say that because, hey, come here, lean in real close. Bavel actually gave us a secret mission that you guys don't know about, that it's up to us to take care of. So we actually already have our orders, which is probably why you can't even conceive of what we would be doing over there.
Taft, make him bluff. He's not difficult to fool, but
I'm super good at bluffing.
And I'm going to roll for Bentaro.
Hey. Oh, I killed it. I rolled a 15. That's a 25 total. I'm very good at lying.
Very, very good.
That was barely a lie, Justin. So
It was very believable.
Taft Warsaw, he nods. He gets very, very serious. Right. I understand. Absolutely. He says, getting into New Haven, it's going to be really dangerous. Aurora's Navy has the seaways blocked, and the trains obviously aren't running, so crossing by foot is the only option. The Rip Bridge is going to be your first hurdle. The Winter Guard and the Royal Army have been going at it non-stop there for days. Luckily, Sorona's squad has discovered these. And he shows you an overhead sketch of the Rip Bridge, where small pathways along the edges have been drawn in. And Bentaro continues. Scaffolding that runs the length of the underside of the bridge, long abandoned after the original construction project. Unfortunately, they're gnome-sized and old as shit, but if you're careful, you should be able to enter the city unnoticed.
did my bluff check work on him too, Justin? Or
Bentaro, you've trained with him a lot, and he is one of the best liars out there. So that's all I'll say about that.
Okay, it's probably fine.
I mean, Pavel did hand us a letter and say, deliver this to my friend, so that's 100%
exactly.
true.
Barely lying.
It's the true truth.
We have a mission of a sort that is not what we're going to be doing, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to make any preparations before you actually enter New Haven?
Just meal prep.
Meal prep.
An army marches on its stomach.
I march on pause.
As you guys are kind of just doing your last minute preparations before you head off to the bridge, Johnny, you hear a dwarf behind you in the fort, like down a ways, yell out to you. He goes, "Hey, Bright Child, over here."
Huh? I quickly run over, because, dwarves, Buscarian, that's probably somebody I know.
The dwarf keeps walking as you run to catch up with him. He kind of turns the corner.
What's up?
He's just at a brisk pace. He goes, "Man, Bright Child, did you hear that they're going to call the Doom weapon in? Like, they're actually going to use the Doom weapon. Can you believe that?
The Doom weapon?
The evil robot demigod.
Right.
They're going to send him into Berwyn. Can you believe it?
Like, Rescarian's doing that?
Yeah. King Rune Fury agreed to this.
Didn't that already happen?
No, man. It's hit Erosia, but it hasn't hit anywhere in Berwyn.
Johnny looks around real quick. Does he see, Rescarian flags?
You see that he is wearing a Rescarian soldier's uniform that is from when Rescaris was its own kingdom. So it's an old war uniform from the Great War, similar to what you would have worn at that time.
Soldier? I address him smartly and say, "What is the name of this fort?"
Fort Shatterfoot, Johnny. You were here when we founded it. Are you feeling okay?
And Johnny kind of like rubs his head a little bit where the scar should be. He's like, no, I think something's off, man. Like, so you said they're going to use the Doom weapon. They gotta do what they gotta do, but I just don't really think it's gonna end the way they think it's gonna, you know? Like, this sort of escalation is just gonna make things get worse. And he says kind of absently.
The soldier kind of leans into you and he goes, I heard that Archmage Luthara, she is also against this. If you think that there's a chance that we could get out of this before they use the weapon, like if we could get out safely without being called traitors and, you know, killed by the orcs.
Wait,
like
Archmage Luthara is still around?
Luthara, she's like down the hall, man.
Whoa, bro. Yeah, we should go talk to her.
We shouldn't interrupt. Like, she's in there with General Shatterfoot, but I mean, we can like try to listen in.
Oh man, Shatterfoot. No, dude, we can just go and talk. And Shatterfoot and I are tight. Like, we did all this other stuff back at Arrow Peak. It's totally gonna be fine.
The dwarf doesn't seem like totally into this, but he goes along with you and goes over to a room tucked away in the back of the fort. And you do hear whispering voices between Luthara and Shatterfoot.
The general and I are kind of friends as far as Johnny knows. And he's excited to see Luthara. So he's going to throw open the door and it's like, hey, what's up, guys? Like, the craziest thing just happened. So I think this has all happened before. Isn't this nuts?
Just busts into a meeting doing this.
Johnny, despite the fact that you were hearing two people having a conversation, when you enter the room, the only person who's there is Luthara. But when you look at her, her face is almost like a shadow. She's almost entirely a shadow. You can't quite make out her features.
Whoa. Luthara, are you doing this again too?
Astra, Johnny has just barged into where you were getting your stuff together, and he's walked directly up to you and addressed you as Luthara, and said all of what he just said directly to you.
Johnny, do you have a little heat stroke?
So, like, what happened? Like, Luthara, I heard...
I'm Astra. We just met, so it's fine.
What happened during the 5 Claws of Dromath, Luthara? We needed you.
Oh, this is awkward.
You were supposed to help. Like, what happened?
Yeah, that's a great question that I'm really not prepared to answer. Johnny, are you okay? Astra's gonna, like, clap in his face a little bit. Johnny!
Johnny, as if snapped out of kind of a fugue state, you are again in the present. Your soldier friend isn't there, and standing in front of you is Astra, Blep.
Well, I immediately sit down. Like, my feet have just completely turned to rubber or something. And I start holding my head a little bit where that cool scar is above my eye. And I am kind of pretty addled and confused.
Astra will go, there, kiddo, and cast Cure Light Wounds, the lowest level healing spell she has.
Cure heat stroke.
I want to remind all of you that Johnny is shimmering in the heat. It's just how he is.
Yeah, he doesn't sweat, he tremors.
Maybe slight motion sickness from the train ride.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I've ridden trains before.
Yeah, you're having a moment. Yeah, you're kind of like an old man, though, right?
Guys, this is nuts. Time loops are crazy.
Yes!
Like, it's
I'm glad you're finally here with us, Johnny, in more ways than one.
I'm glad Zelf strolled up to deliver that quip.
Does Zelf have anything on hand that would work for heat strokes, like something with electrolytes?
Oh, bro. My body is craving those. Like, you know, you hand Johnny a power drink.
A fantasy energy drink, yeah.
Blue potion. Yeah.
Man, thank you. Thank you, Self.
Johnny, who were you just talking to, other than Astra?
It wasn't me.
Maybe it's because we were just talking about time loops. I don't know. But I really could have sworn. I thought I was back at Fort Shatterfoot. They call it Fort Frowley now. But when I was there, we called it Fort Shatterfoot after the general.
Ouch.
And I was, this friend was talking to me about that they were getting ready to use the Doom weapon on Berwyn.
Justin, is this known history that there was some kind of Doom weapon?
Doom weapon?
That was used in the war? I love the name Doom weapon.
Yeah. Make a history check. You have a decent history, right, Paul?
I would love to, yeah. While I make this, Zelf is going to look over at Astra like, is this guy actually crazy?
We're all young, Johnny. None of us remembered what happened in the war. We love hearing about your stories, Grandpa, though. It's real fun.
Justin, I got a 16.
During the war, 8 demigods were called, one for each of the gods in the pantheon, except for the god Lunas, who is the neutral evil god, the trickster god. And one of them is the Doom Weapon. It's this giant, towering, 60-foot construct. It's basically like a living weapon of mass destruction.
It's a Voltron, Justin, we know.
It is.
It's a Gundam!
At the very end of the war, there was a military operation called the Five Claws of Dromath, where Reskris and Goldor, the combined forces, attacked 5 of Berwyn's most prominent cities in one go at the same time. The Doom Weapon was used and completely obliterated a city that once existed called Olfadel in the south, which is now just ruins. Archmage Luthara was in charge of the attack on Phenolin and was never seen again.
And so I was like, oh man, General Shatterfoot's here, Archmage Luthara's here, and like these are people like I know and like trust, and like so, because I have all these memories with them, and like so I just like threw open the door and I was like, dudes.
It's just me. No Archmage Lothario over here.
And I was kind of bummed because I feel like things would have happened differently if she hadn't disappeared.
You're saying you wish you could change things, huh?
I don't really feel like we needed to use the Doom Weapon. Like, I feel like that was kind of a bad call.
Johnny, do you have flashbacks often?
I do sometimes have trouble remembering exactly all the things that have happened in the war. And, like, sometimes, you know, like, I'll have dreams, but, like, this felt different. Most of the time, I actually have trouble remembering the war. So, like, this is kind of strange in itself. It's, like, kind of something I've been trying not to think about, quite honestly.
Johnny, you don't have to worry. The war's over. There's a new war now.
Astra pulls open her journal and writes down that either Johnny is having some memory issues, or it's a time loop, or it's some weird other magic bullshit. And then she draws like 5 question marks.
This is great. At the end of last episode, when I was talking about how it feels like you're all experiencing a completely different party, you're all gonna have fucking 5 journals, and all of them are gonna contradict each other.
But yeah, like, to be honest, Self, I don't really remember how the war ended for me. Most of the time, Orem kind of filling the gaps for me.
Are you nervous going out on your own without them?
No. I've done plenty of things without them. Like, there was this one time I met a Sphinx.
Are you nervous going back into action in a war zone?
I am kind of nervous, like, that a lot of the Shadows and people aren't quite ready for what they're gonna see. Because, like, I don't know, Winterguard is pretty strong. They're pretty good at what they do. They're pretty brutal. Like, people question if they were human.
Damn.
Just throw that out casual.
Well, just, I mean, like, not like a human supremacy thing, but just like, you know, like mortal. Like, maybe they were constructs or undead. All sorts of rumors.
Well, time to go to New Haven.
On that note.
Yeah.
While that conversation is happening, Patty, you're approached in secret by Harville Glasscannon. He is the teen emo human boy who you know has been secretly snogging Glorahan in various places, and who also has been taken to Shadowin to kind of hide from the Erosians who want to capture him. He has been benched. You're well aware that he is not allowed to go to New Haven, even in disguise as a cleric as part of Cassian's squad as they normally keep him. He's just forced to stay here with Taft and with Bantaro.
And Manny.
Harville goes to you, Patty, and he says, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I know that you used to be in Raid, and that you did a lot of things that maybe were against the law, but you were doing it for the right reasons, right?
Very true, Harville.
Maybe you can help me get into New Haven. I want to be there to help Glorahan's squad. Like, none of them are combatants, but, you know, I'm really good in a fight. Like, I've got my fire magic, my ice magic, I can really hit hard. And I know that I can help them out a lot, I don't want them to be out there by themselves. So, do you think you could help get me in there?
Harville, I really admire your dedication to your teammates, to your comrades, to your brothers at arms. And if there's one thing that I'm good at, it's helping people live up to their fullest potential and defy expectations that others put on them. I would love to help you sneak into New Haven.
That is awesome, Patty. I'll make it up to you. Whatever you want, I'll get it for you. I'm so thankful. Thank you so much. What are we going to do? How are you going to get me in?
So, Harville, I'm looking and you have a distinctive look. Let's just say that. I'm thinking that maybe what we need is a little makeover. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Patty, I'm in your hands. Whatever you think.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so what first thing that we're going to do is we're going to find some supplies. We're going to figure out a whole new look for you. I'm thinking maybe... let's see, maybe blonde with some colorful streaks and some feathers braided into your hair. That could be really fun. I'm thinking some accessories. I mean, I have this beret and you can't wear this, but maybe we can get a hat for you too. And some jewelry. Oh my gosh, you're gonna look amazing.
It's black is kind of my signature. But I guess you're right. I am trying to hide.
It is chic. I mean, I understand that. It's slimming. It looks good on everybody. You gotta branch out a little bit if you want to live your best life.
I'll do it, Patty. I'll braid feathers in my hair.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
So Patty would like to do a movie makeover montage.
Amazing.
Patty has a disguise kit, right?
Can we use that to come up with some creative new feather hair accessories for my new friend Harville?
Awesome. Yeah, after a lot of work that feels much shorter because it's a montage, he tries on some outfits, you give him a thumbs up. He tries on other outfits, you give him a thumbs down.
Spins around.
He walks into the closet, turns around, he comes out, he's wearing something completely different. There's some sort of snappy pop music that somehow you're singing playing over this whole thing.
We're just keeping our priorities straight while we're on the brink of war and also space and time crumbling around us. We're going to pick out new outfits, guys.
What is a montage if not a time warp?
Yeah, but at the end of this montage, Harville looks almost completely unrecognizable. You have indeed made him blonde. No longer is he have his jet black dyed hair kind of swooped over his face. Pulled that back. He has a nice, pretty eyes, and you've really highlighted it with this haircut, with the little feathers. Makes him look soft. There's a glow about him. He is for sure no longer Harville Glass Cannon. What will you call him?
Baby Angel, because that's what he looks like.
Baby Angel?
First name Baby, last name.
Last name Angel.
Is that Baby Angel?
Oh my god, guys, it's Baby Angel. It's my favorite.
At the designated time, the four of you, plus Harville in disguise, meet at the edge of the city. And in front of you is the Rit Bridge, which is this miles and miles long bridge. It has train tracks across it going into the city. Bantaro stops you for a second, Patty, and he points over at Baby, and he says, "Who's with you there, Patty?"
Don't worry about it. That's just my friend Baby Angel. He's a great guy, super talented, super capable. He's gonna be fine.
Make a bluff check, Caitlin.
Can I do anything to help this happen?
Absolutely. You can roll bluff as well to do aid another.
Yes. I got a 20 on my bluff skill check.
Nice.
And mine was a 12.
Great.
Astral will pull him aside and say, yes, it's the Baby Angel. Please don't make a big fuss. We know that this is a real sudden addition to the team, but, when you're this famous, you don't get told no.
He's trying to keep a low profile. Come on.
I feel like I've heard of Baby Angel.
Who hasn't?
Bantaro looks at you, Astra, and says, "I'm sure that Baby Angel will be indispensable on your special mission given to you by Bavel Flaskforge."
Yep. That's the situation. Thank you.
The Rit Bridge into New Haven It is an architectural masterpiece. It is beautiful. It sits about 40 feet above the water. The scaffolding is not the best. It's weak in places. You have to leap over a couple holes, faulty areas. But overall, you're able to get through with minimal issue. You hear above you through the entire trip just the sounds of battle. Like up on the bridge, the Winter Guard and Berwyn's Royal Army are going head to head. Every once in a while, like a body falls off the side past you down into the water. But overall, you guys make it through without any sort of issue. Along the way, make a perception check.
Oh, I rolled as a 1 for a total of a 0 on my perception.
Lord have mercy.
I rolled really well. I got a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I also rolled really well. With all of my bonuses, it's a total of 29.
Oh, Zelf, yeah.
And I rolled a respectable 16.
You guys are on the scaffolding. It's on like the outside edge of the bridge. And when you look further towards the center of it, hanging upside down underneath, is just this humongous bat, like 4 times the size of like a grown human adult. But it's asleep. It's hanging upside down asleep. Its wings curled around it. It is not bothered by what's going on above it or by you guys passing, but you do see that it is horrifying and it is there.
That was going to be my question, was whether it was cute or not, and it sounds like it is not cute.
Asleep, it's almost cute. You can kind of be like, if I look away from like the bloodstained mouth and like its crooked teeth like hanging out,
It could be cute.
that could be juice.
Do we need to sneak by it, or is it's just...
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be bothered by the war happening above it. It is very sleepy.
So I feel like as long as we don't like directly knock it off of its little roost, we should probably be fine.
Yeah, that's a good call.
After about a half an hour crossing the bridge, you guys make it into New Haven.
Yay.
As I kind of talked about previously in the flashback episodes, New Haven, the island, is fairly small, but it's highly populated, and so they've just built up and up and up and up, buildings on top of buildings on top of buildings. So there's not a normal sized building here. It's all skyscrapers. There's like levels. So you guys come in, there are things built below you and above you. And you guys see that the streets are patrolled by Winter Guard soldiers. There doesn't seem to be any conflict here in this north area at all, like right past the bridge. So most of the army that's coming in through the bridge from Berwyn is being held back by Winter Guard closer to the middle. So this area is kind of conflict free and has a lot of erosion soldiers milling about.
Justin, do we know where the black market area is?
Yes, Patty does know that the black market runs the entire length of the city, just underground. So there are several points in each of like these 3 separate districts where you can enter, but you'll have to know a code.
What are the chances that Bavel has already killed the guy and taken the meteor before we even got to the city?
You know from the journal that normally he waits in the black market until tomorrow, essentially, and kills him in the morning tomorrow.
So it sounds like we need to get after it if we're going to beat him there.
I think we should find Bavel and talk to him and let him know that we read his journal. He's not going to be happy, but that's fine. He should split off and go get the majority of the meteorite from Nantarum. And we should get the black market piece that's here, since we're already here. And then we should meet up en route somewhere to combine the pieces. That's my instinct on what we should be doing.
I like that plan.
For some reason, I thought that's what I like that plan, and I thought that's what he was already doing. So I apologize. I like that plan so much, I thought that was his plan.
My understanding from his journal is that he's tried to do that in his past, but that his journal always ends before he completes the pieces. I'm taking a leap of faith that it's a time issue and not another horrifying magic thing issue.
We're delegating now. I like it.
Do we have a sense from the journal, or do we know where Bavel was going in the city?
He goes to the black market and pretty much hangs out there.
Okay, is there a specific, pub that he stays at, or is it not that detailed?
With the war going on, there's not a lot of like safe havens. Even in the black market, he really is, staying on the street, being a survivalist.
So maybe we need to start like asking around if anyone has seen someone matching his description.
Yeah, I guess we just go to one of the entry points where we give the password to go to the black market.
Yeah, I think finding a password to the black market, which I assume, Justin, is not in the journal.
No, it's not in the journal, and it's constantly changing. So Patty knows from the past that usually it's printed in like New Haven's newspapers, but it requires the cipher ring that she has to actually know the real password.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Patty would know that, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something that she's done many, many times in the past.
Patty spent some time in the black market, guys and gals, buying bombs.
Dropping bombs.
Astra has a newfound moment of respect, and then you mention buying bombs, and that respect disappears into terror.
They're for the common good. Jeez.
Wow, Patty, you're hard. Okay. But you got the ring, right? We can just get a newspaper and find the password.
That's the plan. I got it.
Okay. Let's find newspapers. How are newspapers sold in New Haven?
So you're going to have an issue of just getting around, number one. However you want to get around without being noticed and talk to people, I'll leave that up to you guys. But you'll probably have to make some sort of check to appease me.
Why didn't we bring Manny and just make him run all these errands for us?
Manny, he's got a good heart, but he's not reliable.
I'm leaning towards just trying to be sneaky.
What are Zelf and Johnny's stealth situations like?
Mine's decent. I get a +7.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Johnny is super not sneaky.
Unfortunately.
I'm not supposed to draw attention to myself? Oh, no. This is like that nightmare where I don't know the answers to that test. I guess, I could go to my friends at Church Bodacious. I feel like they would take us in. I bet any of the members of the Church of Gavlin would be willing to help us in this situation. And unless the Winter Guard has raised those temples to the ground, I think we'll be okay.
Johnny, I told you I didn't want to go to church. Jeez.
Also,
Is it like Kabbalah? Is it cool church?
We could disguise ourselves as clergy people. I think that would probably give us a little freedom of movement.
Oh, that's fun.
Or maybe they already have a newspaper on them.
It's kind of hard because a lot of the members are probably gnomes. But I bet, if you were wearing the habits of Church Bodacious, very few people would question it because it's a church that's a pillar of the community.
I don't know if we can have 2 makeover montages in one episode.
on that topic, is Baby Angel coming with us for all of this?
As you guys start to go about your plan, Harville takes your hands, Patty, and clasps them and says, "Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to protect Glorahan. We'll see you guys after this."
Good luck, Harville. And if anyone asks how you got in here, it wasn't me, okay? Great, cool. See you on the other side.
Yeah, and so you see Harville run off with Glorahan and her squad.
Bye, baby angel.
I mean, they're all gonna die, but let's not focus on it too much. Let's go to the church. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then once Patty has the entryway to the black market, then we're underground and we're good. And we don't have to worry as much.
So maybe we just head towards the church and kind of keep our eyes and ears open so that we don't stumble into some situation that's going to slow us down.
So we're going to have to do a little sneaking regardless.
Oh yeah, we'll be sneaking.
Justin, do you want us to roll some shit?
Yeah. Roll stealth or disguise or whatever fits your particular method of sneaking.
Somebody should disguise Johnny.
I can try to disguise Johnny. Do I have any disguise spells? Boy, that would have been a handy thing to take.
I was just
infiltrating a city. Yeah.
So I have done my stealth skill check. I have a 29, but then it says I get a bonus in urban terrain.
That would apply to this. So as long as you're in the city, your stealth is better.
So yes, I rolled a 29, so I'm real stealthy.
Damn, Patty. Where'd you go?
It's because she's a commando.
I rolled a 19 on my disguise.
Zelf, I think you might be able to get your competitive bonus for the first time. Watching Patty sneak.
Jealous of my sneaking skills.
Zelf's inner inferiority complex would give him a +1 for a total of 16 on stealth.
What does Zelf's competitive streak look like?
He isn't consciously aware of his inferiority complex, so he just sees how good Patty is at being stealthy.
Is inspired by spite.
Yeah, I guess he just gets a real tense look on his face and gets hyper-focused on his own stealthing, which is not at all imitative of what Patty's doing.
So you guys are able to stay under cover, don't have any issues getting through, kind of keep to the edge of New Haven's coast on the lowest level. Eventually, you make your way around to the southern coast where you find Church Bodacious. Church Bodacious is indeed a pillar of the community, and now it literally is, because it is holding up so many things that have been built on top of it since last you've been here, Johnny.
Amazing.
Whoa.
But otherwise, it looks exactly like it looked when you hung the symbol of Gavilan up on the wall. A lot of the gnomes, much older, still recognize you when you come in.
Hey, what's up, Bodacious brothers? It's great to see you!
But yeah, the entire group of you are welcomed by the gnomes warmly. They sit you down. They get you something to drink. They immediately ask Johnny to tell them stories, kind of sit like cross-legged around him.
Oh, yeah, totally, my bros. But first, like, my other bro here, Patty, like, she totally needs, like, a newspaper. The thing is, guys, we're here on a really important mission. And, like, after that, I'll tell you some stories. Promise.
They say yes, yes. And then after an hour or two, the gnomes that went out into the city return, and they approach Patty Hertz holding out a newspaper.
Patty's gonna excitedly take it in her sweet little pink paws, and she's ready. She's gonna do the cipher ring. She's excited. She's in her element. She's nervous to not be able to decode correctly in front of her new friends, but that's okay. She's gonna do her very best.
It's today's paper, right?
Yeah, it's a current newspaper.
Self, always the practical one.
Gnomes, you know.
You better believe he's, like, questioning your every motive after he's been showed up by you. He's like, it's the right paper, isn't it? Can't you
That
do
sneaky bitch.
You set to work with your cipher ring, Patty. Your ring has a bunch of symbols on it, matching to something that you find printed very small. Most people wouldn't even notice it. It's an ad for like a strange hippie shop. Hidden within the ad for this like little bookshop oddities store is the cipher code for the black market. And after spending a bit of time, you are able to correctly decipher it to be the word heartbreak.
Write that in the journal.
Yeah.
Smart.
Does Astra recognize this little bookshop?
Indeed, Astra, you know that this is a shop that carries your own work of literature, or your instructional guide, which is not fiction in any way.
Astra prepares emotionally to have that conversation with her co-mates here.
I was going to say, did we know that Astra was a published author?
I mean, I'll say, my printing press is taking up a lot of our living room. You guys knew I printed stuff. I think Astra has subtly and cleverly avoided answering any questions about it.
There are multiple entrances that Patty is aware of to the black market, some very, very close to where you are now, within a half mile. To make it to the church, you guys had dressed up as missionaries. Is that the same thing that you want to continue doing as you enter the black market?
That feels like a bad choice. I don't know if I want to go to a black market dressed as a missionary.
Yeah. She's in her element in the black market, so I think it's beneficial for her to be as her true self. You know, she might have some friends there that could help us out.
Does Patty think we should all be wearing cute berets in order to match her, or
Be in her squad.
Patty always thinks everyone should be wearing cute berets, all right? Nothing builds team cohesiveness like outfits, matching outfits.
Oh my god.
How will people know that we're on a team if we don't match?
Do you have berets for us, or do we need to go on a shopping trip?
No, you're on your own to get your own berets.
What?
I'm not subsidizing your berets.
What if we clash?
Just disappointment if yours is wrong.
So the entrance to the black market nearest to the church is this unassuming kind of shuttered storefront. It looks like many others under the erosion occupation, but inside there is no merchant. It's just kind of a large empty room. And towards the back, behind like a curtain, is this black market ruffian who's standing guard. He has like a newsboy cap pulled low over his eyes. As you guys approach, he kind of looks you up and down. He says nothing, and just sort of waits for you guys to interact with him.
I feel like you perfectly described the Hired Muscle and Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, I mean, that's the vibe.
Johnny's like, I've never been in one of these before.
A store?
A store.
Just a black market.
Okay.
I've never been in a fake store before.
I don't think we're in the black market yet. I think we're still, that stage has not yet been set by Justin.
Johnny, there is something that you recognize. You don't even have to make a perception check. Sitting next to the ruffian is a cage that has 3 little purple moles. And you recognize these as Resgrace moles. They are used by dwarves in Resgrace for mining and exploring. And during the Great War, they were kind of used as scouts during underground battles of the sort. And you know that they're trainable. You can teach them to burrow in certain directions or deliver messages. The one downside is that when they get frightened, they turn to stone as a defense mechanism.
Permanently?
Just for like a day.
Like possum style.
That's awesome. Are they edible?
It'd be really nuts if they could only do it once and then they just die.
Disposable scouts.
That would be wild. Yeah.
Patty, this is your show.
This has got to be Patty. Yeah.
Do I recognize him at all, or is he a stranger to me?
This particular boy is a stranger, but you've seen his type before for sure.
So I'm thinking Patty's gonna kind of sidle up to him and she's gonna scope him out a little bit, and she's gonna be like,
Oh, hello, friend. It's good to see you down here. These days are tough. There can be a lot of heartbreak, right?
The gnome nods. He says, seems like hearts are always breaking in New Haven these days. And he scooches out of the way and makes space for you to walk through a door that kind of leads towards stairs that are spiraling downwards.
guys, see how easy that was when you have Patty on your team?
It's so cool.
You can just stroll in.
Yeah, let's keep this going.
This is like 2 steps more dodgy than Astra has ever managed, so she's like really excited to be getting into it. Thank you for listening to Burnt Cookbook Party. Hey, did you know we have a Twitter account at BCB Party? I posted a beautiful rendering of a map of Irisol that GM Justin made. It's the same one we referenced early in this episode. Following that account is a great way of seeing like useful, interesting background content like that when we drop it. We also have an email, bcbparty@gmail.com. So if you have any questions or like just nice things to say to us, you can do it there. And also, did you know, by the way, that something like 40% of listeners discover new podcasts by searching the directory of their listening app? Well, we're still a new podcast trying to find our audience. So if you happen to use Apple Podcast or Spotify, it would be really great of you to leave a review and a 5-star rating so that people can find us a little bit easier. Kind of help us surf that algorithm a little bit higher. Burnt Cookbook Party is Andrew Hansen as Johnny Brightchild, Caitlin Stayduhar as Patty Hertz, Paul Luetkemeyer as Zelf, me, Jenna Stoeber as Astra Blepp, and Justin Green as DM and World Builder. Executive produced by Jenna Stoeber. This episode has music by Jenna Stoeber and was edited by Justin Green. Thank you for listening. Bye.